You're watching Longshot TV, presented by B&W Trailer Hitches, the last trailer hitch you'll ever need. For centuries, the Atlantic Ocean has been a key avenue for trade and travel. Stretching from the Arctic Circle to Antarctica, the Atlantic Ocean is more than 41 million square miles and is the second largest ocean on Earth after the Pacific Ocean. The Atlantic Ocean is home to a diverse array of sea life, both those we can observe at the surface and those hidden from human eyes. In the early 21st century, an estimated 1 billion people depended on fish as their primary source of animal protein. With all those mouths to feed, the commercial fishing industry employs about 250 million people worldwide and is one of the oldest forms of employment of mankind.
So I'm a third-generation commercial fisherman. I've been commercial fishing now for about 20 years on my own, and it dates all the way back to my granddad. And then my dad commercial fished and his 3 brothers. Now it's me and a few of my cousins that commercial fish. And I'm very proud of what I do and how I make my living and provide for my family. We usually go out and stay 2 to 3 days at a time and try to catch the freshest seafood possible and return it back to land and supply our customers, whether it's fresh local restaurants. They could be eating right here on the Grand Strand, or someone could be eating my fish literally 1,000 miles away. So I feel like that's a very special thing to me, and I love what I do for a living.
Boom! Yeah! Now that's what I'm talking about right there. That's a nice bull, get him. Woo! Nice fish, man. This is what we're after right here, guys. I ain't kidding you, boys better hurry. Man, look at that fish there. The Longshot crew does it again. Is that a fish or what?
So when we're fishing black sea bass traps, we can catch a variety of fish in them. They're made for black sea bass, but we can catch snapper in them. Vermilion snapper. We can catch grouper in them, some of the smaller grouper, the barrier grouper. I've caught scamps in them. I've caught small grays in them, considered a gag or a black grouper. But you can catch a large variety of fish in sea bass traps. But generally, I'm hook and line fishing, bandit fishing. I'm using electric reels on my commercial boat. And we usually have 3 to 4 reel stations with several hooks. And we're fishing live bait or cigar minnows or Boston. And we'll catch scamp grouper, which is a really good eating fish. They're fun to catch when you're fishing for them for fun. And usually we catch a lot of barrier grouper, which is usually a little bit smaller grouper, but they're really good to eat. So before I got into commercial fishing, I knew I was definitely wanting to be in the fishing business. And my family ran charters in the summertime because all the vacationers down here at Myrtle Beach, so they ran charters in the summer, commercial fishing in the winter. So when I got my first boat and I got my captain's license, I was wanting to run charters. And what I liked most about charter fishing was showing a customer a great experience. Whether the fish was biting or not, I had enough fuel in this 36-foot yellowfin. I was running to find some fish biting somewhere. With the charter fishing, the commercial fishing I do here with Longshot, you know, I'm very proud, thankful, and grateful every day of what I do for a living. I love my job and what I do. Wouldn't change it for anything.
Oh! Look how pretty that is. That's a live cigar minnow. That right here is gonna turn into a 40-pound gray today.
Crank, 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 crank. He's on there, I see it. It's your gaff. Grab your bungee with your gaff real fast. And now it's all in your hands. And that's a keeper, that's a nice silver snapper.
It's a beautiful silver snapper right here off the coast of the Carolinas. Couldn't ask for a more gorgeous day here in August. Just a great day to be fishing on the in the Gulf Stream.
Trigger, 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 trigger. Got another one, something. Dang, he pulled off right there in my grouper. God knows, big grouper. Okay, hold on. If he floats to the top, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to back the boat down. Watch out, watch out. There he is, hit my pinfish. hated to do that, but I ain't gonna lose a nice grouper. That's right there. That's a nice rock hand grouper there. Some people call them strawberries, rock hinds, but it's a really good eating. They don't really get much bigger than that. Some people call them green beans, but that's gonna be some good eating right there. Definitely for me. Chris is gonna have to catch him one.
To keep up with all the fishing action, check us out on the web. Longshot TV is being presented by B&W Trailer Hitches, the last trailer hitch you'll ever need. Yellowfin, build your legacy. Retreat Myrtle Beach, a vacation rental company. Call and ask about the Longshot TV discount. Longshot Charters, the fish are waiting. Best Marine Products. And JL Audio, the world's finest speakers found in the world's finest boats.
I love the grouper fish, and I have a lot of clients that like the grouper fish. I mean, we catch scamp grouper, gag grouper known as grays or blacks. We've caught fireback grouper. Catch a lot of scamps and gags. And I love catching them. I feel like I'm pretty good at setting the boat up on the rock and catching them.
There he is right there, a little something.
But when they first initial hit, and to get them up off the bottom before they get you in the rock, there's no better feeling. I mean, it's just an awesome feeling pulling that. You know, it's who's gonna win the battle. It's like tug of war to get that grouper up off the bottom.
Got him, Chris. Big grouper or jack? I'll let you know here real fast. Jack.
Yeah, jack.
That's a jack. It's not a greater jack, but it's an Amico jack. We usually catch them offshore here. We're gonna let this one go here.
Grouper fishing is very challenging. I feel like grouper are probably one of the smarter species of fish that I fish for. Some people may think fish are dumb, but they're really not. A grouper, I feel like, it's a very educated fish. I mean, most of the time you gotta be anchored up precise on these grouper to catch them, or you're not gonna catch them.
That's a porgy, really good eating fish, white meat fish. It's called a porgy. These guys right here live where the big grouper live.
If you want to be a good grouper fisherman, you need to learn how to anchor your boat up, be more precise, pinpoint, putting that boat on the right spot, and presenting the right bait, and fishing the tides right, and you'll start catching bigger grouper.
Caught another little nice grouper here. A little chunky monkey here, just a fat little booger. These little grouper like this don't get much bigger than this. They're really good to eat, but they live right where the big ones are. Cool. Just be steady and smooth. That's a grouper right there. Steady and smooth.
That's what it's all about right here.
That's him. That's him. A gray. Pull. Hand on. That's him. That's him. Look what Chris catches when I bait his hook for him.
You didn't bait
I put
mine.
that pinfish on there for him.
Oh yeah, you did. Look at that right there. That's what we came out for. I will say Wade did bait my hook on that one. Thanks, Wade. These grouper right here are incredible eating. Wow.
I've caught grouper anywhere from here in South Carolina, anywhere from 56 feet of water all the way out to 700 feet of water. But where I like, the fishing ground I like targeting the most, where I catch some of my bigger grouper at, I got some great spots in between that 85 to 125 foot of water, but I'd say the ideal depth for me is between 125 to 140 foot of water.
Sounds like the right one here.
I really like fishing that depth for grouper here.
Look at that right there. Guys, that's a nice fish. That's what we're after. That's a nice one. But these were the guys we came for today, we're after, and I had a good feeling we were gonna catch them. What a nice fish right there. Now you got a grouper. That's a pretty little fish. A little grouper. Nice little grouper.
We're really having a great time right here off the coast of the Carolinas. We've caught a lot of different species, snapper, jacks. We even caught some big grouper today as well. We're sure gonna have a lot of fish to clean when we get back, but they're gonna be some great eating.
Oh yeah, scamp grouper.
This portion of Longshot TV is being brought to you by Simrad. Go with confidence. You're watching Longshot TV, presented by B&W Trailer Hitches, the last trailer hitch you'll ever need.
So what I like about Little River the most, when I was a kid, I used to go down there just about every day, riding my bike or walk. I just lived right around the corner from the waterfront, and my granddad's house was on the waterfront. And today, when I still go down there, even though my granddad's house is not there, it's a restaurant, I can picture my granddaddy sitting on that front porch and grandma in that rocking chair. And then when I get on down a little closer to the waterfront, I get up to the restaurant there where the big live oak trees are. My family spent a lot of time on that hill, sitting on the back of a pickup truck, getting charters or waiting for a charter to come to walk them down to the dock. And you know, they had a little bit of idle time, which they were always workaholics, busy beavers. There was one guy, he did inshore charters, but he was also a farmer. He did cantaloupes and watermelon. And just about, if I was down there every day, at least 3 out of the 5 days, they had a cantaloupe or watermelon sliced on the back of the tailgate truck, giving it to everybody came around. And we'd sit there, eat watermelon and drink tea all day and talk. But it just brings back special memories to me, Little River. That's why I'm so connected to it. And if those big old live oak trees could just talk, they could tell you so many words about my family and my childhood, and it just, it pleases me in my heart. It touches me when I go to that waterfront.
Yeah, I think I got the right one on. Feels like a nice scamp. I ain't pulling like the gag, but it's got that nice steady pull. Yeah, from right there now. Guys, this is what we came after right here. These groups are a lot of fun to catch. They hit with a lot of force, fight extremely hard for the first 50, 60 feet, then they give up a little bit. But this is what we came after, hoping to catch a bunch of these guys today.
If you really dig and look up grouper species, it's a large variety of different species of grouper. But my favorite one to catch is the black grouper. Some people call it a gray or a gag. But that is my favorite grouper to catch.
Oh, look at him dinging, son. He is cracking her down. Look at that hog daddy there, son. Boom!
God, no!
Oh, man.
Yes, sir! Get down! Hot, no!
That's what we're after right there.
Woo!
Hey, you know it's a big one when your hand barely goes around his tail. The circumference of that sucker. It's a true black grouper right here. That's a really nice one for this part of the country. Look at that. Beautiful fish. Nice fish.
Oh, yeah.
Good job, Adam.
With these big grouper on, especially on these accurate reels, I don't care what kind of reels you're using, but these accurate reels, let me tell you, they got 40 plus pounds of drag and they will pull these guys up, but you just gotta play them right. I don't care what kind of reel you're on, whether you're on an electric reel, whether you're on a hand crank reel, you gotta apply steady pressure to these grouper, have the drag on the heavier side. You don't want it so heavy when they go to dig that your line's gonna break. You want it to drag just where it'll slip a little bit, but be enough to lift them up. Grab your rod tip, hold it. You don't want that rod tip just bouncing like that. If the more it's bouncing, you're increasing your chances of losing the fish. You just want to apply steady, smooth pressure and keep that grouper coming to the boat.
Bam!
God, dog. That's a stud.
We're after right there, boys.
Woo!
So I got another grouper on over here.
Get out of here, Wade. Man, you got the grouper hooked.
Feels like the last hook too. Sometimes you can give them slack, a lot of slack, but act like they ain't hooked and then come back tight on them. Give it a lot of slack.
So today we've caught several jacks and they're a lot of fun to catch, but I'm still looking for that 40+ pound grouper. Normally these grouper will fight really hard for the first 50 or 60 feet, but let me tell you, this grouper here is fighting all the way to the top and definitely giving this accurate reel a workout, and me too.
To keep up with all the fishing action, check us out on the web. Longshot TV is being presented by B&W Trailer Hitches, the last trailer hitch you'll ever need. Yellowfin, build your legacy. Retreat Myrtle Beach, a vacation rental company. Call and ask about the Longshot TV discount. Longshot Charters, the fish are waiting. Best Marine Products. And JL Audio, the world's finest speakers found in the world's finest boats.
It's digging, man. Fish right here is pulling. We just got set up on this spot. I didn't want to drop no liveys down right off the rip, so I dropped a couple dead sardines, mixed the bait up a little bit, and I can tell this fish right here is on the long leader. He's on the back hook. He just gave me a little, he just let up a little bit right now. This grouper, like I said, cracked real hard at first 50, 60 feet. I just feel him, he just kicked the brakes on. He was digging. Like right here, you can probably see him starting to come up on the side. I feel him back here in the tide. Oh, daddy, son. Woo! Woo! Oh, yes, baby. Look at that, son.
Oh!
That's what I'm talking about right there. Woo! That's him.
What's this tangled in you?
That is him, son. Look at that, guys. I barely picked this one up. We came for the big ones today, and these are the big ones.
This grouper is exactly what I've been after. He put up one heck of a fight, and a grouper like this can live up to be 30 years old. And once you put a fish like this in the boat, it gives you an awesome feeling of accomplishment.
Man, what a fish.
That's a nice one there. Whoo! I ain't kidding you. I'm flat wore out. These guys right here, when they hit, I mean, they hit like a daggone freight train. You better give them all you got. You better have your drag locked down and be ready to crank down on him, or he's gonna get you in a rock and bust you off. But this is a nice fish right here. Guys, this is what we came after. Beautiful grouper. A nice one for a box. Look at that fish, he's about as big as a fish box. Look at that sucker right here. Look at that box. That's what I'm talking about right there. Guys, when you catch them like this, the grouper's about as long as the coffin box, you know you got a big one. And that is a fine grouper right there. Just don't lose him. It's on you if you lose him. Never live it down. Never let you live it down. That's a grown fish there.
He's still laying up. Got him on right here. They just hooked up on this big, probably another black belly. Oh yeah, baby.
I tell you what, guys, that's a nice fish, Jesse, but I just got so tired of reeling them in, I couldn't take no more. I had to give us some Jesse. Nah, I'm just kidding. He caught this on his own. That's a nice fish. Here, hold him up.
Yeah, well, this is the first time I've ever been out with Wade grouper fishing. He knows where they're at, that's for sure. These have all been quality fish.
Well, I've been very blessed over the years. I've had many great days of fishing, and I've had many bad days of fishing. But I've always tried to pull out a good day or make something happen. You know, take the worst day and turn it into at least a good day. I've always been that type of person. I feel like I'm very blessed when it comes to fishing. That's one thing I'm actually feel like I'm good at. And I don't know if I'm just lucky or blessed from the good Lord, or I've just done it for so long, it just comes to me more natural. But that is one thing I am confident. I do feel like I'm a really good fisherman and I can make something happen. But when you take a charter out and you fish and you manage to scratch a good day out and you fill that box up, everybody's sore from reeling the fish in, backs hurt, arms hurt, just the excitement from grinning, laughing. They're physically tired, worn out, the fish box full, you can't get no more fish in, the fish tails are hanging out. I definitely feel like I've done my job. I'm worn out, it's been a long day. I've been standing on my feet, you know, anywhere from 12 to 16 hours. Even though their trip starts at 7 o'clock, 7 to 7, 7 to 6, my trip starts 2 hours before that. So it is a long day, but it's a very satisfying feeling when the fish box full, all your customers are wore out, and it doesn't get any better when that job's accomplished, the ocean's slick, and you're heading to the house.
Now that's a good eating fish. That's a really nice black sea bass right there. Another grouper. We've had a great day grouper fishing, and these guys are great to eat. Right here, we're real close to our limit, so we make 1 or 2 more drops and probably gonna head on to the house. But it's been an awesome day of grouper fishing. There's another pretty grouper.